My name is Tom Figolah, and I am the Fire Prevention Officer for the City of Bloomington's Fire Department. That gives me the role primarily of talking to the kids at all grade levels and the adults, the parents, IU students, faculty, businesses about fire education, fire safety. And it's the whole idea of preventing an emergency before it ever happens. The Chamber Success School can be described as a real-life application for some of the kids that are doing some of the schoolwork. So an example with the reality store, kids before they get into high school, they kind of see how their grades are in school and how well they're doing in school and how that relates maybe to later in life. So some of the kids that aren't getting a good of a grade, they kind of show up as having to make different choices than somebody that's doing a little bit better in school. And that might be some motivation. But I think mostly it just gives that real life application to what they're learning in the classroom. Some of the memories I have that kind of stick with me was the career panel questions that we did, and then the mock interviews that we did subsequently from that. So we got to see how these kids who have an interest in whether it's one type of career or another, they came knowing that maybe the fire department was there and they had a question specific for the fire department. And having these kids having some really good questions that prompted me to think a little bit about it and remember how I kind of came up with the idea myself of what I wanted to do when I was in high school. And when I was in college, being a firefighter was not even close to the first thing that I thought I was going to do. And that came later in life after a little bit of experience. So seeing these kids having this much enthusiasm about possible career earlier in their life gives them a direct path towards being able to achieve to be a firefighter or a police officer. And it's not a path that's easy to get to. So being able to answer some of those questions with the kids, it was good seeing some of the surprised look on their face when you had to tell them that if there's 500 people applying for 5 positions, we're only going to take the top percentage of the written test, for example. And then that top percentage from the written test gets to go on to the interview. And the top test scores of that interview move on from there. So I think seeing that was the kids seeing like maybe the difficulty and what it's going to take to be a firefighter or a police officer. They're a little surprised by that. And so hopefully that kind of comes back to them when they get back in the classroom. Receiving the Golden Key Award to me, what does that mean to me? I would say a surprise and an honor to be recognized. It's good to have an award like this because with this award comes a little bit of recognition for the Success School. So I just want to thank all of the volunteers that are out there that spend a little bit of their time or a lot of their time if they have it. It does go a long way. And even if it's not recognized right off the bat, it will be at some point along the way.